Alright, so what we learned from that was don't just prank dart people from far away if you don't know that they're accompanied by someone. Nope. So let's try to avoid that from now on. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna pause the game for a bit. I'm gonna put on my pajama pants. There we go. I'm wearing my pajama pants now, and they're a lot comfier. I was wearing jeans before. Can you believe it? It's like 12 a.m. and I'm still wearing jeans. Oh, wait. I forgot. He had a buddy, didn't he? Oh? Not anymore. There's a safe? Woohoo! Freaking gold ingots! Oh, dude, you're so gonna get fired. I'm sorry about this. Powdered crystals and such. Hey everyone, what's up? I actually started myself a new recording session. I played through the entirety of the rest of the DLC, and I really like the final mission, as I do really like the... Okay... There! Okay, sorry about that. That was a necessity. So, crap, what was I saying? I just moved my... Shoot! Wait a second. If there are rats, then I want to be careful with this guy. I'll move him to this room. Yep. Okay. So, what was it? Yes, I really like... the final mission of this DLC, last time I played through this all a while back, I remember not liking it. But I actually really enjoyed it this time around. The problem is, if you try to be non-lethal with this DLC, like entirely non-lethal, and this kind of applies to the whole series at large, if you try to be obsessively non-lethal and get like the, oh, you didn't kill anybody the entire game achievement for either the main game or the DLC, you just don't have as much fun. Like, because you have such limited non-lethal options in Dishonored 1. Dishonored 2 really helps in that. Oh yeah, even if you get spotted, you can still fight non-lethally, which is kind of cool. I'd mentioned this before, but I felt like I could really do the rest of this mission and the last mission of this DLC better. And also, there's a lot of cool stuff that I missed. Like, for instance, here, and grab the folded Galvani resin, so now you can upgrade boot stealth, which is freaking nice. So hopefully I'll be able to do that by next mission, and that'll allow me to sprint silently. I don't think there's... Oh wait, there is something down. But it's mostly just that guy. I wish I bought a rewire tool. Rewire? No, hold on. Rewire. That's... Sorry, I was thinking of the word while strangling that guy. I struggle with thinking about two things at once, it seems. What a great person to start a Let's Play channel. Oil thing? I don't think I need that. So, yes, currently looking to either kill Timsh or grab the deed. I think we can do both. Excuse me? Ugh. I'm never gonna get used to looking at that. Alright. Also, and this is the primary reason, all the stuff that I told you before was mostly just, me trying to talk around this issue, but my mic quality has tanked in those last few episodes. I don't know what was up with it, but my voice was absolutely super... Oh, sweet. Faster in stealth mode. Oh, I'm at max capacity. I move pretty damn fast in this. Alright. What was it saying? Oh. My microphone quality for the last recording sessions of this DLC were absolutely abysmal. I don't know what was up with it, but my whole voice was distorted basically 100% of the time. Like, it probably didn't even sound like me. And I know that, my microphone quality has been pretty wildly inconsistent, because I'm still trying to figure that out. My voice got super distorted back in the Devil May Cry 1 playthrough I did on my old channel. Holy crap. There was so much white noise, and also, I think I was just using my regular, like, cheap-ass ass. I was using my cheapskate. There we go. Let's make it family-friendly. Gamer headset that was made from, like, black and red plastic. And that left a weird imprint in my hair, because it was the kind that goes over the ears and over the head. What the heck is it? Oh! Nice. Bedtime. Does sound pretty good. Bedtime. Yeah, you might have noticed from what I've shown you so far that Summon Assassin seems practically useless when it's at level 1. But level 2 summons a Master Assassin. And also, what do we got here? This one gives them pull, which is an ability that you see them use in the main game, which allows them to hold enemies in place. And I'll tell you now that even though you play as Daud in this DLC and Daud uses it in the main game, you don't get to use that power yourself until the second DLC. And I have a running theory, and that's because in the files of this first DLC, there is an icon for the power pull that, you know, is for the player. I think they just couldn't get it to work until the second DLC. That's my guess. In the second DLC, you get full access to pull, and ooh, it's cool! And then Dishonored 2 basically gives you pull for the entire game. But we'll get to that in due time.
Sir?
What is it?
I just wanted to say, congratulations on getting your own squad.
Isn't that good? That was good. Everyone likes that. Everyone loves a good little self-reference. Come on. Who's texting me?
Ridiculous.
Oh,
Stupid
it's just
rats.
Brady. He's sending me...
Plague.
Ah!
Bunch of crap.
Brady is sending me Mr. Beast from, like, that knockoff Epic Rap Battles of History channel. He's sending me Mr. Beast YouTube poop music videos where they just get Mr. Beast, like, the introduction at the beginning of the video, and they just... Okay, I'm good. They just take the announcer screaming, Mr. Beast! And look at this. This is incredible commentary. I have the key that I stole from the Hatters back then. Just screaming Mr. Beast and auto-tuning it.
Scout up ahead. Try to find out where Timsh is.
There's an equipment stash on the rooftops nearby. We've been anticipating doing a hit on Timsh for some time.
I know. Half the city wants him dead. We'll earn some gold on this one. I'll meet you up ahead.
I was listening to that, but it took a lot of willpower to not do, like, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. I've never watched a Mr. Beast video in my life. Mr. Beast. Oh, what's this one? Max health slightly increased. It's better than this one, which is practically useless since I don't have Adrenaline Rush. Wait. Your final test. You can drop the S because I never miss a beat. God! This is gonna be the entire mission. This is someone's worse. I should have just kept the old recording.
Reminds me of someone who used to do business with Timsh, but I'm not sure.
Good work, Simmons. Now that that's handled, we can move on. You got the orders from Timsh, right? What's the next address?
Crow's Court off Bramley Street. But there's a problem, sir. The Forstalls live there, and their kids used to sneak us food at the back door. I know it's the job, sir, but it's awfully hard seeing them turned out like this. They don't even have the plague. I've been there last week.
Excellent. Simmons, you'll show me this back stoop and we'll go in that way. Start tallying the place up. You've given us the tactical advantage. We'll get Timsh's money.
But, sir...
I'll put it another way. You think I care which door we kick in tomorrow? The next day? Behind each is another useless pack of aristocratic sots and their precious offspring. And I don't care if they all end up mudlarks.
Sir, they've been good to me.
Simmons, before I worked for Barrister Timpsh, I was dredging out the real Weeper dens. You ever done that? Ever broken down a door and bathed in that stench? Fought housewives with blood on their faces, swinging at you with a piece of broken furniture. Other times it's just rats inside, hundreds of them, stripping some drunk to the bone. Maybe you'd like to be transferred to my old squad.
No, sir. Certainly not.
I used to call myself brave, Simmons. Till I saw a man lose a fight with a pile of rats. So when Barrister Timpsh says all I gotta do is rough up a rich bastard, cuff him a few times till he stops talking about his rights, I jump at the chance. I cry with happiness. You understand me?
Yes, sir. We'll approach from the back stoop. They won't be alarmed when they see me.
Right. Good man. It's them or us. No room for heroes in the time of plague. You just do your job and I'll make sure you keep this posting.
That, as you probably could have guessed, is the longest guard dialogue in the whole game. It is also incredibly elaborate, right? They really do double down in this DLC on like the whole criminal underworld and corruption part of Dunwall. Makes sense because Daud's like a part of it. But okay, so the prisoner has an interesting thing. That's the guy that they're talking about locking up while I got there. I don't want to continue that way. I'll show you everything I can in the best order possible. So let's head to the outpost first. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, after I went through the whole DLC, I started playing through the levels like by myself for fun. And that's when I found out a couple new mechanics about the game, so I'll get into those when I get into the actual sneaking part. Very, regular house. 4th floor, private chambers, dining. 3rd floor is Barrister's desk.
He's justifying himself to the rats in his office right now. Just inside the top balcony, there he is. See him? I imagine you could hit him from here. I'll stick around if you don't mind. I'd like to watch.
Yeah. Hope you don't mind, but I'm gonna save right now.
A true shot. It's a shame you still have to go inside and find the will. We could just go back to Redshore otherwise.
Well, that's a fun little optional thing you can do. It's semi-hidden, even though Billy suggests it. It's like, what? You can just do that? But I'm gonna reload the save and do it in a more traditional sneaky way. But that is fun. You basically sequence break. Eminent. This one, right? Alright. So, here's the prep work that the assassins have laid out for me. Ooh. Look it up. Reconnaissance notes. Timpsh is vigorous, pacing throughout the building. Timpsh keeps his mother's will in the chest in a storage room. Front door leads into law offices lobby. Second balcony on the facade leads directly to Timpsh's office. Back door leads into the basement. It's kept locked, but a key was easy to find, which I picked up earlier when I got all the supplies. And a dumbwaiter is accessible in the basement. Timpsh carries a key with him. Any important chests or cabinets are locked. The apartment near Timpsh's estate has rooftop access to the wharf district. So this is really fun. This is like proper Daud work. You're doing Daud work. My voice cracked. Proper Daud work. Let's just let's forget that whole thing happened. Now, let's speak to the prisoner. He's got some things to say. The mission? Optional. Investigate the prisoner who may have been an old associate of Timsh. Timsh. Kind of a fun name. Timsh. Pulls up.
It's Daud, isn't it? You wouldn't be in this district unless you were after Timsh's head.
What do you want?
Revenge. To do to Timsh what he did to me. I want him homeless, a victim of one of his own eviction documents. I've prepared one, complete with the forged signature of the Lord Regent. Please, go to my old apartment. It's right next to Timsh's estate. Here's the address, but I doubt you can get inside from the streets. There you'll find my journal, which contains the entire plot and everything you'll need. But you're a businessman like I once was. I don't expect you to do this for free. If you do go to my apartment, you'll find something stashed there. Consider it your payment in advance. The barrister dying would be nothing to me. I want him to see his own ruin. I want him to taste it.
Ooh. And that's the non-lethal option, as you can tell. Something around here? They're all the way over at Timsh's estate, the important stuff. Hey. So his apartment was the one that I actually entered earlier and left. Let's peep this out. Let's peep this out? I need to just stop saying everything that comes to mind. I think if I talk less, people will value it more. In this playthrough. Yay! Okay. I want to get... Is Arcane Bond all that useful? I can increase the range of blink. These are pretty expensive since I haven't really had access to a lot of runes so far. Since, like, this is a really tiny objective area, Timsh's house, I don't think summoning an assassin would help because they're not actually stealthy for assassins. They're more just like summoning soldiers, as you saw. So, I'm actually going to get bend time. And that's like the slowdown version, not the stop version. Slowdown's more... No, the stop's more expensive. The slowdown's like the first stage. Here. I'm gonna buy Arcane Bond next. Alright. Here comes Bryce's story time. So, Timsh thinks he's invincible because he carries a letter from the Lord Regent giving him legal immunity from the state, seizing his goods in case of plague. He carries it everywhere, like a talisman. He's also drafted an instrument of his own destruction. The document he uses for evictions is a generic form drafted by the Office of the Lord Regent. It was trivial to acquire a blank one. Acquiring a forgery of the Lord Regent's signature was less easy, but thankfully some of my old connections are still loyal. Close enough. I'm a detailed professional. Only is just the push to go down. Inside Timsh's basement, there's a device that circulates air in the building. If some material happened to find its way into the device, the building would reek like a weeper's den. I had to be particular about the actual material, as I do not wish to infect the guard or servants with plague and cause unnecessary suffering. The unsavory gentlewoman living in Unit 10 has offered to provide the odorous item and a sturdy sack to contain it. She craves my rune in exchange. I will be forced to part with it. She has given me a key to her unit, so I can go and get the sack when I'm ready to make my move. God, there's a lot of reading in the last mission of the DLC, or at least there's a lot of optional reading that I want to read. Fiction document. There we go. So I hope you don't mind, but I'm trying to get my chops in, my narrator chops. I mean, I do DM a D&D campaign. I have experience, but you know, when it's on YouTube, it feels different. I have to do it perfect. Oh, jeez, I almost walked right off the edge there. These are some nice apartments. This one was born to a wealthy family. He stayed out in the countryside. Never educated, so he did not know what they were. He used to pray to them. Stars it. Actually, hold on. This highlights, like, valuables, too, right? Okay. Nice. Book with it. Carve wood. Old man did not agree. Yeah, so this place is some kind of outsider cultist place. They collect corpses, I guess.
I've always wondered, what does he smell like? Rotting flesh? Wild flowers? Does he ask you questions? I wonder when he'll speak to me.
Oh, that's back to the legal waterfront district. Try to get in here without the key? Alright. Let's talk to our good friend the outsider.
Here's one last lesson, for old time's sake. The barrister was a champion at finding his enemy's weak points, but he didn't see Delilah as a threat until it was too late. No one's watching Delilah now except you. And me, of course. I see everything. I see forever. And right now, I see a man walking a tightrope over a sea of blood and filth. The Empress is dead, and the water's rising. You've got Rothwild packed into a crate, bound for the frozen north, Daud. Surprisingly clean work for a man with so much blood on his hands. Did the Empress change you? Or do you think this will help you dodge what's coming? You'd better hurry. You're running out of rope.
You were in a daze. I hope it was enlightening. I hope he dies a lingering death.
Okay, how many runes is that now? I've got 3. Whoa. Not your concern. You see that painting of the region everywhere. Like, that same painting is twice in this same apartment, just cropped differently. It's kind of funny. I don't know if the Regent, I mean, we know he's a total power, what's the word, control freak. I don't know if he was so egotistical as to, like, make a bunch of copies of a painting of him and just send them out to, like, everyone. It'd be really funny if so. But that seems almost cartoonish. Hurry up and do something other than be there. Good. Huh? Oh. Okay.
Don't you owe me a drink? Can't say I like that.
That's a nice one. That's the clock tower and Caldwin Bridge. I like that. I think there are some new paintings for this deed. Oh yeah, this room.
Who are you?
I understand your curiosity. I'm strange. I was a baker's apprentice in Dunwall Tower. A friend to Jessamine when we were girls. Then afterward, I made my name as a painter. Now, I am obviously something much greater. I hope that satisfies you. Because you won't get more. I ought to just kill you. But I'm going to give you a warning for the sake of my sisters, who were very impressed with you once upon a time. Stay away from me. There are great changes coming, and I'll expect you not to interfere. I have influence in places you won't expect. But as for Arnold Timsh, do what you want. I won't hold a grudge. I'm done with him.
Is that who you were looking for? Well, she's a bit of a bitch. And the artwork's hopeless. I know you have your reasons.
Okay. That. So Delilah's a witch. I think that was established early on. Or maybe it's established later this mission? Maybe witch isn't the right term. But she can do stuff like that. Make living paintings that talk to you. Or sculptures. I'm afraid I cannot in good conscience remain your mother's physician. The way you repeatedly deny her access to practices which could potentially restore her lucidity is nothing short of a death sentence, and I wish no part of it. Good day to you, sir. I see. It's all about that family inheritance.
Mother, this is Arnold. If you happen to awaken while no one is present, I've prepared this for you, to remind you of recent events to help clear your mind and put you at ease. The plague has ended. I have married and will become Prime Minister, just as you always wanted. My sister and brother are both here and doing well. Your last will and testament has been written and approved. We all love you, Mother. Now go back to sleep. Rest. Everything is fine.
Here is a Delilah original. Delilah was a painter, and it's cool because you can see that she has a visually distinct style from Sokolov, who I think is the only person whose paintings that... Well, portraits. The other paintings are landscapes that probably aren't by Sokolov. He's not the only painter in the city, but her portraits, they use an incredibly extravagant color palette. It's a lot less naturalistic than Sokolov's. So, more abstract, maybe expressionist. And what's really cool is that I think later on you get to collect her paintings in the same way you collect the Sokolov ones. Like, take them in as value, and you get to read their titles. And she even titles her works differently than Sokolov, in a different method, because Sokolov's have very mathematical or scientific sounding titles, and hers are kind of like short poems, or like odes to summarize what the subject she's painting about is. Yep. Dang it, is there like a... Oh, it's downstairs. Okay. Now that I've been here, I actually want to leave and head down to the basement that I can get through with that key I have. Starting from the basement's not something I've really done before, and it seems cool because, as you saw in the note, there's a dumbwaiter down there that I can use. Air circulator. So I'll need to swap out Timsh's little approval letter, or immunity letter, with the forged document that Roland got for me. And then I'll put it in the air circulation. You have to do this in the right order. I like the idea of Daud just like eating an entire can of jellied eels. in secret. Hope she's... Wow. Place the items you wish to deliver on the tray. Use the dial to select the floor with 1, law offices, 2, smoking lounge, 3, Tim's office, 4 is the dining hall and bedroom. Pull the lever and the platform will go up. When it reaches the floor, a bell will sound to notify the staff on that floor. Once the load has been removed from the platform, it will automatically back down. Whoa! Oh, okay.
This whole place has gone to the hounds.
Floor 2? A good halfway point to start at.